All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. I am super excited to be here. We are back again with another Sunday service. I'm excited to be here tonight. So really fast before we get started, for those of you that may be new to Sunday service, my name's Cody Barton. My partner, Pace Morby, is about 15 minutes late. He was running a few people around, showing them a few fix and flips. They flew in from out of town to visit for the day, and so he was taking them around town, showing them different projects that we're working on and different things that we have going on. So he will be here soon, but just wanted to get us started this evening. So like I said, my name's Cody Barton. We do Sunday service every Sunday, 7 p.m. Arizona time. And the reason I say Arizona time is because sometimes we are Pacific, sometimes we're Mountain time, but that's why we just say Arizona time. So we're excited to be here. And just for those of you that may not know this, Sunday service is on Spotify and on iTunes. So if this is, while you're driving to work or, driving to school or wherever you're going, during the day, one of my mentors early on, about 10 years ago told me, Cody, stop listening to music if you're not where you want to be in life, and listen to things that you can learn from, listen to things that are going to help you grow and become a better person, and turn your car into a mobile classroom. And so that's what you can do with Sunday service. So we made sure to set that up on Spotify and iTunes for you guys so you can check it out there. So like we talked about last week, everybody, we planned on having a guest from the Creative Finance Facebook group come on the show tonight. And so we have a guest. And for those of you that have not or are not a part of the Creative Finance with Pace Morby Facebook group, what are you doing? It's such a great community. There's so many great people in there, over 30,000, wanting to be investors and high level, investors and entrepreneurs in that group. Definitely a great place to be able to network, find deals, find other people to be able to link up with as well. Without further ado, I did want to introduce our guest that we have on tonight. Carmen Williams from the Creative Finance Facebook group. So what we're going to be doing, for those of you that may have missed last week's episode and may not know really what's going on tonight's show, is we're going to be talking with Carmen about what she's doing in her business, kind of where she's at. And then we're just going to talk a little bit about how do we work around this thing called life and all of the things that we have to do outside of our business to make sure that our business can be successful. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So Carmen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Let us know, hey, where are you from? What are you, doing in your business right now, whether that's just getting started or, doing tons and tons of deals a month right now, and, where are you looking to go?
Well, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and
Ohio.
Yeah,
You're on late.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't done a deal yet. I've just been trying to cold call and try to find leads, free leads, and that's about it. I joined
getting it going.
Yeah, I joined the Facebook group a couple months ago, and I got to meet a couple sub-2 students, and that's about it so far.
Awesome. So brand new. So like, a lot of people that are, that have joined the group, it's, brand new. Are you brand new to real estate? Or are you a real estate agent or anything, or is this like your first time, venturing into the real estate industry?
Well, I've been educating myself for the last couple of years. I've been in that analysis paralysis
mode. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess in June, I say this year, I've actually started to try to take action. So.
Okay. Awesome. Well, that's good. That's a step that a lot of people go through, is that analysis paralysis to then transition over to, action mode. And so, just for everybody that's watching, we have, 150 plus people between a couple of YouTube channels watching live right now. Put a message, a comment in the comment section if you've ever, maybe just type in analysis or yes, me, that if you've had analysis paralysis in your business, maybe you're feeling that right now, or you've just had issues there, getting through that. I'd love to see, I'd love to be able to see what some of you guys are seeing on that as well, because I know that's something that I had an experience with, because I know, like Tanisha says, still do sometimes. Aaron says, analytic here. Oh my gosh, Carmen, like if you can see how many people here have had that same feeling, so it's okay, and understand that, hey, you're not alone. I mean, literally, we just got flooded with comments of, yes, that's me. I am this. Yes, the same thing. So it's okay. And that's part of the journey. I know for myself, when I was starting off in the investing side, so I was working as a realtor, and so I was listing properties for sellers, and I was helping buyers purchase homes. And I had this analysis paralysis around the investing side. So it took me months to really take action, because I had to turn my brain from like, okay, I'm trying to help a seller make the most amount of money selling their house, to now I need to somehow buy houses for 50, 60 cents on the dollar, when I've never had that conversation before. So I totally can feel for, where you're at in that stage. And so we're going to be talking through that tonight, and we'll work through. And I think more than just coming up with a plan of, okay, these are some of the things that you should do to make your schedule as productive as possible, but talking about like what are the actual action items based around like where you're at to be able to move forward. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I mean, wow, I have to go back to this again, Carmen, because there's so many people that are saying, me too, I have that. It's sometimes debilitating in the midst of breaking out of a 6 months analysis paralysis. Darlene, absolutely. Debbie, definitely. Oh my gosh. Jake, me for a long time, finally taking an inch. So I think one thing that we've just established thus far is it's okay that, most people have dealt with that. So Carmen, tell me about what's kind of your day-to-day look like. Are you working another job full time? Are you, or what's your situation? Like, what are you doing? Are you in school? Like, what's going on? Huh?
Stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom. I love it.
So full time.
Awesome. Well, that's full-time mom. So that's like 5 jobs, actually.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids do you have?
6.
6. Oh my gosh. So you are full-time.
Yes, I am.
I love it. Well, that's awesome. So you have your I'm assuming then your husband's, working kind of Monday through Friday, or what's his schedule kind of like? Is it kind of like a normal 9 to 5 situation, or what's that look like?
Normal 9 to 5. Yeah. Then,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. So obviously, during the day then, you have, 6 kids to be watching out for, getting fed, getting off to school, different school activities and friends, and, playing, and, getting themselves hurt and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, I'm sure. So that takes a lot of time. And so, what does it look like this far, where you mentioned, you've tried to do some free ways of generating leads. I've tried, I've been studying a lot. What are the things that you've done to take action so far specifically?
Driving for dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I squatted up with one of your students, with 2 of your students, I've been trying to cold call for them, but it's kind of hard, setting the time.
Yeah, time blocking.
Do that, yes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Well, so one of the things that, obviously we want to talk about is like, okay, how do we, make that time work? Because obviously you're working on this part-time. I mean, right now, based on where you're at, I mean, how many hours a week do you feel like you could commit to working in and on the business for yourself?
Like 8 hours, maybe.
8 hours?
Yeah.
And is that a lot on the weekends, or the weekends pretty much off limits and it's pretty much mostly during the weekdays, or what's that look like?
It kind of depends. It's mostly during the week, like when my older kids are in school.
Okay.
A day.
So what time is that kind of around? I'm making notes for me so then I can like be able to help you here.
Between like 9 and 1, 9 and 2, my best time.
9 and 2 is the free time for you.
Sort of.
Freer-ish time, more free time.
Yeah.
Okay. So between 9 and 2, you have some availability during, some availability during the week, between Monday through Friday. And so you've been driving for dollars and then you've been cold calling. So just to be able to decide what paths we go down, because for people that are listening, typically, what people usually have when they're starting their business out is they either have, some time and not a lot of money to be able to, invest into getting leads and getting their business going, or they have the opposite where it's like they have a bunch of money but no time to do anything at all for their business. And so it sounds like yours is more of you have some more time to be able, obviously like 8 hours isn't a ton of time. I get that, right? But you have a little bit more time than, than budget, or what is that? Do you have access to be able to, invest into a marketing budget on a monthly basis right now?
No, not really.
Okay.
A little more time than the money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, no problem. So that just helps me understand, like, okay, what are the things to focus on to be able to get some deals coming down the pipeline? So between 9 and 2, Monday through Friday, have you heard of Zero to Hero by chance? Okay, so I want to just talk about that briefly, just because I want it to be of encouragement to you as well. I don't know if you know too much about it, but for the people that are also listening on here, Carmen, is Matt and myself, we started a business from scratch. Obviously, we had money to invest and we have experience in some of those things, right? But we started a business from scratch and only working Monday through Friday, 3 hours in the morning. So only 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, no weekends, no anything after those hours. We went from no deals in a market we've never done a deal in to 2 deal. We got 2 deals within 3 weeks, just working 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday in a new market. And the reason we did that is specifically for, situations like yourself to kind of help break through the belief of like, I can do this with the amount of time that I have, because I'm sure, at times you've probably felt, how the heck am I supposed to get this going when I have my whole family to be taken care of all the time, right?
Right.
So definitely can feel for that. So I actually saw, let's see, Jose is saying, can she describe exactly how she drove for dollars, by zip, by grid, how long, her criteria, what does she do with the homes she finds? I love that, Jose. Let's talk about that real quick. So when you're driving for dollars, what's kind of the strategy there? And it's okay if it's either this very granular strategy or I'm just looking for ugly houses. So either answer is fine. But what were you doing as you're driving for dollars?
Well, usually on my way to take kids to school or to pick them up, if I see a vacant house, I'll write down the address. And I might take a different way, each time to where I'm going. So I just, I say, hey, I'm going to go this way today, or no, I'm going to go that way.
Yeah.
I got a lot of, addresses that way. And then I use like a free skip tracing to try to, I use county records to find out who the owners are, and then use a free skip tracing.
Now, so one thing I would say, suggesting on, if as you're driving for dollars, that would help, but this is obviously going to depend on, if budget could allow, is I would highly suggest looking at something like a batch driven or something while you're driving, or Deal Machine, or any sort of app like that, where it's probably going to be around $100 a month to be able to do that. And you could skip trace within it to be able to reach out to those people. Do you think that's something that you and your husband could swing doing to, have a budget towards?
Yes.
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 If the answer is no, that's okay too. But, I just want to make sure, because I don't want to, once we get off here and, you're like, I can't do that. And, I want to make sure that we're helping you the best we can.
Yeah. I'm kind of weary about what I spend money on, because there's so many different programs, So I don't know. It's not the
Yeah. So what I would say is, if you make a note of this, look at batch driven, look at deal machine, whichever, that you can look at, and investing in either one. And I would get set up on that, because so here's why is, so how I got my first deal was driving for dollars, and I was doing it the archaic barbarian way, the same way you're doing it, which is driving and then having my cell phone with me. And then what I had with me is a notepad like this, and I'd have my notepad in my passenger seat, like I'd just be sitting over here, and then I'd see a house, and then I would pull up on my phone on my maps, and then I would like get the address, and then like take my notepad, write it down on my phone, on my notepad. That's what I did the first couple months, and that's how I got my first deal, was doing that. But it took a long time to do that, because it's just so slow. And then tracking it, because this is what my workflow was. I would take them down on a piece of paper, then I would go home, and then because you need to get the phone number, because there's no point in getting getting that address and getting that person's information if you're not going to reach out to them. So I would go home and then get on Excel, and then I would be on the county's website, typing in the first few 123 Main Street, making sure I had the city zip code and all that right. And then I would put it all into the Excel, and then I would submit it to Skip Trace. It was like hours of that, in which it's what you're doing right now, right? Yeah. So I get it. So because I did the same thing. So that's what I did. I got my first deal that way, and on that first deal, I made like $3,000, and I got it. I offered too high, and then I sold it for too low. I should have made at least 10 on it, but I just was like, I just want to get a deal, and you're just like, I just want to secure it. Right. So, so I feel for that. So, but so what I'm saying though, is I would recommend looking at deal machine or batch driven. Our team uses batch driven, but look at one of those that you can make sense to invest in, and that you're going to commit to doing it. Because if you have, a couple hours of time to go and drive for dollars, what's it called? If you have time to drive for dollars, then it's just like around setting a goal for yourself of how many houses a week am I going to add to this list? Like, had you started doing that when you were driving, or is it just kind of like as you're driving, you'll add some here and there, or were you setting a certain number a week goal?
No, just as I was driving, just adding some here and there.
Okay. Yeah. So what I would say is, if you're going to continue to, drive for dollars and use that as a strategy, that's, an affordable strategy to get deals, I would set a goal, because where you're doing it just kind of sporadically right now, it's going to lead to burnout and frustration and additional analysis paralysis, because you're going to be thinking, I'm doing stuff, but nothing's really sticking. It's like you're throwing spaghetti against the wall, and it's like, some of maybe it sticks. I don't know. So it's like you have to have like a target. So whatever, that's something that you can do on a weekly basis and commit to. So like what I did, I had a little bit more time, because I didn't have kids to also take care of. So I would spend a little bit more time driving. But what I was setting my goal as is I wanted to add at a minimum of about 25 properties in, a couple hour period of time, as quickly as I could. My goal was to get to 50 every time I went to drive for dollars, but at least 25. So then it gave me 25 to 50 opportunities that when I got home and I got those people's information, and then I actually reached out to try to call them, I had, 25 to 50 opportunities to reach somebody that might be interested in selling. Because if you get a couple here and then you try to reach out to them, and a couple here and you try to reach out to them, it takes a lot of time. And the reason for that is, on average, it takes about 50 leads. This is like kind of like national average. It takes around 50 leads to convert into one contract. So if you think about that, it's like, how many houses do I need to add to my list that then I reach out to and turn into leads to then turn into a contract, right? So the faster you can, grow that list that you're driving for dollars on, the faster you're going to, heighten your chances of reaching somebody that is interested in selling and turns into more leads faster. But it's just setting a target around that. Now, is that something that you think you could commit to doing on, a weekly basis?
Mm-hmm. That sounds more doable for me.
So with that, I would say, so one of the things with that is making sure that you're not, going to get squirrel syndrome. I don't want you to have squirrel syndrome and like do that for 2 weeks and then hear about somebody on Sunday service or somewhere else in the creative group that got a deal from, cold calling. And then you're like, I need to just cold call, or I need to do texting or, get distracted with all the shiny objects and, things that, because I'm sure.
Me. That sounds like me.
So and the reason I say that is because that was me too. Because when I didn't really have, like, when you're not really tracking what you're doing, it's easy to kind of just look at the grass is greener. Maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I should door knock. Maybe I should send out some mail.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I know the topic is time management. So I'm like, when I do have time, what should I do in that time? Should I, cold call, drive for dollars, or call buyers, or what?
Yes. So here's the thing. So what's the situation with the sub-2 students that you have? Because Matthew Beard, our other partner, made a couple good points that I want to get to, but I want to understand that situation. Are they students that are doing deals in Ohio, or are they kind of just getting started as well?
Well, the guy that's in Ohio, he's doing or did do deals, and then I'm working with a lady. She's not in Ohio, but I mean, her and I were learning together. I don't know how long she's been a student, but
okay. So do you have something to take a couple notes? Because are you open to some feedback for some additional notes here?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing. It's great to have, like, I like to call them like battle buddies, which it sounds like those two students are kind of for you, where it's people to talk about, like you're both working to get leads, you're trying to get deals done, like you're trying to, get the business up and running, and like battle buddies where you could like text back and forth, like, oh, I got this opportunity, or oh, this opportunity came up, like, what do you think, here, how should I handle this situation? Like, it's great having that because it's helpful to have like encouragement and then to encourage somebody else that's kind of been, going through some of the similar things that you're going through as well. But here's one thing that I would challenge you to do is find 2 people in your market that are doing deals every single month, whether that is in the creative finance group or, somebody that might be from sub-2, but they're probably in the creative group. So that could be after this or somebody on here. Is anybody on here in where in Ohio again? Is it Carmen? Dayton. Is anyone in here doing deals on a monthly basis? Don't be coming in here and saying, yes, that's me. If you're not doing deals every month, new deals every month, not what I did a deal this year, not I did one every few months, because Carmen, what's your goal? Is it to do multiple deals a month? Like where do you want to be?
I want to do multiple deals a month.
Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to make sure that was my understanding. So the reason that I'm saying that is the people that you want to associate with, obviously battle buddies in the similar position you're in, but then associating with some people that are doing deals every month in your market. So then when you have a potential opportunity, that you can hit somebody up that is doing deals every month that can help you or you can squat up with. So So the homework for that is going into the Facebook group and posting, hey, my name's Carmen Williams. I'm, working on, getting deals done in Dayton, Ohio. I'm looking to squat up with investors that are doing deals already on a monthly basis. I'm looking for more experienced investors that are doing deals. I'd love to be able to bring some deal opportunities to you so that we can do some deals together. And the reason that I'm suggesting that is because, yo, what up, Pace?
Hey, how ironic is it that I showed up late to the time management Sunday service? Catch me up to speed. What are we talking about?
Okay, so, man, there's a lot of things in the movements right now. So we've talked about Carmen's story, and she has 6 kids. So she's a busy mom. She's a full-time mom. Her husband's working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So we're kind of talking about her schedule, what that looks like. She currently Monday through Friday isn't totally free, but is more availably free between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. Obviously, sometimes kid stuff comes up that could affect the schedule, but that's generally when she's a little bit more available. She had talked about she has 2 students that she's met that are in the sub-2 program. One that's not in Ohio, that's trying to get some deals going. Another one that has done deals but isn't doing them consistently. So I've asked her what she's been doing. What she's done so far was a little bit of cold calling, a little bit of driving for dollars, a little bit of a lot of things, and a lot of analysis paralysis that, we agreed that everybody listening in, there's at least 50 comments of other people saying they felt the same thing and have gone through the same challenges. So what we've established up to this point, as far as some of the action items, is one, I told Carmen it's great to have other investors that are trying to get deals going as battle buddies, but it's important to have probably 2 people in her market that are doing deals on a consistent monthly basis, that she knows them, she has their cell phone number, can reach out to them when she has deal opportunities, and that they're actual more experts because they're doing deals on a monthly basis for her to have in her wheelhouse of network to be able to reach out to. So I told her that.
Can I touch on that just for a second?
Yep.
I think that's some of the best advice that you could ever get. And so let me talk about that for a second. Carmen, my name's Pace. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Who do you got? What kind of knuckleheads you have over there? You got some kids behind you?
Oh, they ran off now.
Yeah, dang it. I was wanting to get to know the kids.
Oh.
Okay, no worries. So here's my question for you. What is something that you look forward to, whether it's every week, every month? Is it maybe working out? Is it reading a book, going to the movies, hanging out with friends, going to dinner? What's something that you look forward to? Like if it's on your calendar, it's on your schedule, you look forward to that thing.
Quiet time.
Quiet time? Oh, okay, I got it. A lot of people will say, like for Cody, it might be like, I'm going to take 3 baths a week. Legitimately. Meditation time. Like I don't want to be bothered until 10 o'clock in the morning, like whatever that is. Cody also like workout time. Cody's currently taking swimming lessons, believe it or not, but like not like I need to learn how to swim, but I need to learn how to swim like from a triathlete standpoint type of thing. So like those are things that we look forward to in our lives, right? Mm-hmm. One of the reasons why people fail in real estate, one of the most important things that you need to understand of why people fail and why they overanalyze everything is because they are not having fun doing it and they're not looking forward to doing the tasks that are needed to be successful in this business. So let me tell you, like for something I look forward to I'm a very social creature. Carmen, are you a social person?
Sort of.
Sort of? Like, do you have friends?
Yes.
Okay. So do you have people you laugh with? Do you have people that you go eat with? Do you have people that you'll occasionally go grab a bite to eat with?
Yes.
Okay. And those are things that you look forward to for the most part. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
What's your name?
Layla.
Layla, what's up? My name is Pace. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You have an awesome smile. It's great to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
So Carmen, when like for me, for example, like I never looked forward to school in high school or college. I always looked forward to being around my friends. Right. And I did whatever was necessary to be around my friends. And then also when I was around my friends, I lost track of time constantly because I was having so much fun. Was there ever a time in your life where you lost track of time because you were having so much fun doing whatever that thing was?
Yes, I'm sure there.
100%. The answer is yes. You got to speak with certainty, speak with authority. Has that ever happened to you where you've lost track of time because you've been having a fun time?
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yes.
Okay. So Mark Belgrave says something that I disagree with entirely. I have children. My wife is pregnant. I disagree with this entirely. He says, and I think that maybe we're thinking about these as 2 mutually exclusive things. Okay. He's saying that she has 6 kids. It's hard to be a social butterfly with 6 kids. It's 2 full-time jobs. Well, It would be if you looked at them as exclusively mutual things. Okay. Why can't you find another mom that's maybe in this business as well, that has kids that your kids can play around while you guys work on your businesses together? There's a paradigm shift that needs to happen in people's minds, is that they think that they have to exclusively have these things separate. Okay. So like for me, the people I hang out with are people I do business with. Okay. Also, my wife is in my business. So we go on trips with our kids. We talk about business. We go to dinner. We go on dates. We talk about business. I'm doing two things at the same time. So I would suggest finding friends that also have children so that you guys can have play dates and you guys can maybe work on your business together. And it's something that you look forward to, and your kids see that mom and mom's friend are also working on your business. So you're setting a really good example. So like Nicole Tedder says, go into business with your best friend, or find somebody in, whether it's the sub 2 community, whether it's the free creative finance Facebook group that is in your local geographical area that has kids about the same age as you. We have 31,000 members in that Facebook group. There is somebody in your local area that has kids that also is interested in getting into real estate. Okay. So look at this. Like Amy Irby says, Carmen, that is a great idea. I'm in Michigan, close to Detroit, so probably not that far from you. Maybe we can get together on a weekend. Do you now see the difference in time management? Is that you don't have to create more time. You need to live the law of duality, which means you do two things at the same time. You can have your kids on play dates. You can be an amazing mother. You can have friends, and you can also work on your business with somebody that you look forward to hanging out with. Even if it's like, why don't we get together on Monday nights and watch Wholesale Hotline together? Why don't we get together on Sunday night and cook dinner, have the kids learn how to cook a recipe, and we eat dinner and we listen to Sunday service together? That is something you can do with somebody else that doesn't require you to be not a mom and also not an investor. You can do both of those things at the exact same time. Does that make sense?
It does. A lot of sense.
Am I crazy? So like,
you think it sounds so simple, but okay.
It is simple. All of my friends are in real estate. So if we want to have a party, guess what we're doing? We go, hey guys, let's have a barbecue and let's talk about what projects everybody's working on. And now we can have fun hanging out, doing the barbecue stuff and swimming with kids while talking about real estate.
Okay.
I don't have to create any more time in my schedule. I can now manage my time appropriately, right? So Mark Belgrave, I think he's changed his tune because he said yes. He had a great point, and it brought up this little thing. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I'm very excited about this topic. He says, Carmen, Cody and Pace will give you the steps, but you have to be ready to make time for this to succeed. Here's the thing, Carmen. Do you ever find yourself being an amazing parent to 6 children late at night? You guys are hanging around. You're just wrestling with the kids. You're cooking them dinner. You're doing chores. You ever find yourself doing those types of things?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's every night, right? It's every single night. That's what you're doing. You're spending hours with the kids every night, right? As they're winding down and that type of thing. So what I would do is I would say, how do I find somebody in my local area that once a week, once a month, once every other week, we get together and we watch the kids watch a movie, and me and my friend take 15 steps over here and we work on one thing together. Awesome. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. So your homework should be really basic. Okay. Your homework should be basic in the sense of, how do I find somebody in the next 30 days that I can vibe with? Somebody who has same standards, same type of parenting style. And the way that we do that is we make a post in the free Facebook group and go, hey guys, I'm a mother of 6. I want to do this real estate thing, but I need to follow some instructions of doing 2 things at the same time. Is anybody interested in maybe having a play date with our kids while we talk about real estate, or listen to Wholesale Hotline and maybe listen to Sunday service? That really should be one of your biggest pieces of homework in the next 30 days.
Okay.
You see how I came in here 25 minutes late and derailed the whole conversation? I'm so sorry.
Right. We were talking about driving for dollars.
Now, if you want to talk about driving for dollars, you could do that too. What I think is a great idea is that for me, when I drive for dollars, who do I take with me? I take my kids. And what I do is I have a contest to see who can find the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
We do that.
Love it. See, that's a great way to drive for dollars with your kids. And then what you do is you go, okay, guys, whoever finds the ugliest house tonight gets to pick what's for dinner. Right? And you make a fun game. You still got to eat dinner, right? Okay. So why not turn it into a game where the kids get to pick what is for dinner based on every one of them competing and trying to find the ugliest house?
That's a good idea.
Well, there you go. Now you got two great ideas. Cody, continue on with time management. I'm sorry I derailed the whole thing.
Yeah, no, when we were talking about driving for dollars, that was more just around like, okay, what we established was when she was doing it, she didn't really have a goal in mind of like, I'm going to get this many houses that I want to add to my list, or this many properties that I'm going to, this many homeowners that I'm going to reach out to from that list that I create this week. She was just kind of, when she'd drive around, she'd add some here, add some there. So we were just talking about, okay, what's kind of a number she could commit to adding, when she's going out. So it's, finding out first, Carmen, how many days a week that you'd actually commit to doing that with your schedule. And then if it's going to be 25 to 50, because I was saying that I would do, 25 to 50 when I was, driving for dollars. But I also didn't have 6 kids that I was, having to feed and everything like that. So
yet.
I'm not going to have 6 kids. Like I'm
manifesting
like
6 children for Cody, guys.
I'm like a 2, maybe 3 kids.
Guys, write in the comments, 6 children for Cody. Let's manifest this bad boy. Come on. So Scarlett de la Mota, you know what mota means in Spanish?
Yes.
No.
It means marijuana. I wonder if that's the actual correct spelling. Anyway, so Scarlett says, I have 5 kids and I'm closing between 6 to 8 deals a month. I would love to know. This is why we squad up. This is why we interview people. We would want to know, what are your best practices? What are you doing? How are you doing that? What lead sources are you focusing on? How do you structure your month? Scarlett, would you be open to having us come on here, having you come on here as Sunday service and interviewing you about that topic? Because I think it would benefit a lot of mothers, a lot of people with a lot of kids. Carmen, would you want to hear that conversation?
I would.
In fact, Carmen, this is a really great example. Scarlett has obviously put that information out there, which means Scarlett is a go-giver. She's somebody that is willing to show you things that she's doing. Would it be kind of cool if Scarlett and you got like a 15 or 20-minute phone call together? It was like a one-on-one, and Scarlett showed everybody how big of a go-giver she was, that gave you 15, 20 minutes and just said, hey, what are you doing in your life? Let me break down what I'm doing in my life, and here's exactly how I'm doing those deals. Would that benefit you?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Scarlett's one of the hardest people to get excited that I've ever met in my life.
You mean Carmen?
Or, no, Carmen. I'm sorry. I feel like Carmen is really hard to get excited.
Really?
Yes.
That's funny.
Are you excited or no?
I am excited.
Sounds kind of like me though. Like, so I feel like the introvert vibes are strong here.
Yeah,
Really?
it's like internally, I feel like you should be excited, but externally, I'm like, I don't think she's convinced that this is the right way to go. Are your kids whispering to you?
Yes. Yes. They're funny.
Love it. So let's see if Scarlett replied in here. Let's see if we got her in here. I really do think Scarlett and you should connect, and I think that we're gonna even if Scarlett doesn't reply back, which I think she will. But if she doesn't reply back, I'm going to have Kelly Hanno on my team reach out and ask how to connect. And so we can connect you, Carmen, with Scarlett. Here she is right here. Of course I can. Scarlett, is there an email that somebody on my team can reach out to regarding this so we can get you and Carmen on a Zoom? Or maybe Scarlett, we'd love to maybe have you on Sunday service for a 45-minute, a little quick interview. I think that would be a game changer for a lot of people. And I'm super grateful for you putting the information out there. And I'm even more grateful for you replying and saying that you're willing to help. So that's pretty dope. Also, Mark Belgrave, everybody, guys, he says, I love this, brother. Love this energy. I'm experienced in sales and cold calling. I'm not a student of sub 2. I need a list to call if you need help in that way. Otherwise, you tell me. So guys, if you're a sub 2 student, which we have a lot of sub 2 students, I'd probably say well over 100 sub 2 students are in here of our 300 viewers. If you're a sub 2 student, I would leverage Mark Belgrave as much as I possibly can. If say, Mark, I got leads. If you want to call in our leads, I'll get you up to snuff and we'll get you doing all that kind of stuff. This is one of the greatest things of getting started in this business. A lot of our students have an overwhelming amount of leads that they need help sifting through and doing follow-up. Okay. And so when you come through and you say, I need help from a student who is already generating leads, and I'm willing to do some work, it's amazing what will happen. A lot of students will come out and go, yeah, I got leads. And so if you're a sub 2 student and you have leads, reach out to Mark Belgrave. Mark, put your contact information on the side, please. Ooh, interesting. Scarlett says, my oldest daughter, the best list ever, and she is 16 years old. Scarlett Investment Properties at gmail.com. So Carmen, I want you to write that down.
Right.
Scarlett Investment Properties at gmail.com. In fact, Cody, we should write that down and get her, Kelly, to reach out and get Scarlett on the show. Oh, love it. Look at Cody. That's what we call an integrator, guys.
Just know what's going to happen. Anticipate before it happens.
Mark, this is Horacio. Horacio is awesome. He's in our group. He's amazing. He says, Mark, I just pulled a 10,000 list. We can hammer it together. That's what squatting up is all about, guys. Squat up all day long. Sorry, Cody. I've derailed this whole entire Sunday service.
No, this is great. Carmen, has this been helpful?
Yes, very helpful.
Oh my gosh. Now I feel like she's excited.
I am.
Okay,
so let's give her some action steps, Cody.
Okay, so let's I'm gonna ask Carmen, what are so far from here the action steps that you've written down or are going to write down?
Yeah, my notebook was just stolen. But I'm gonna look into getting the batch driven app. Is that what it's called? Batch driven. And then I'm going to I forgot. Okay. Give me my book.
You gotta write this down.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Scarlett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do with Scarlett. I'm going to give you some homework, okay?
Okay.
Don't reach out to somebody that's busy like Scarlett without having a predetermined set of 3 to 5 questions set aside so you can jump right into the questions, because people like Scarlett, they want to give you value, but they also, value their time. So what you want to do is you want to say, what are you doing while you're working? Where are your kids? Who's watching the kids, right? Come up with 5 questions. So when you call or you reach out to Scarlett, you go, Scarlett, I got my 5 questions. I'll be as quick as possible. Would love the value. And I would shout you out in the Creative Finance Facebook group all day long, talking about how amazing Scarlett is all day long. If you would just give me 15, 20 minutes of your time. Okay. Have 5 questions laid out specifically with what you feel like your limitations are from mother to mother with, a lot of kids to a lot of kids. She's going to give you better advice than I can ever give you. Right? Because first off, even if I had the answer, you probably shouldn't even listen to me because I have no idea what it feels like to be a mother of 6. Right? We should take our advice from people that have actually been through what we're trying to learn. And that's I'm so grateful for Scarlett. I've never met her, but I'm so grateful she came in here tonight to provide the value, not only to you, Carmen, but to a lot of people, because I guarantee we're getting Scarlett on Sunday service. Guaranteed. Okay. Was there any other homework besides get batch driven? So go to batchdriven.com, download the app. If you use code launch, you get all sorts of freebies and fun things. And then what you want to do is reach out to Scarlett, have 5 predetermined questions already set up. Okay. And
then what was the other thing about the Facebook group? What were you going to do in the Facebook group, Carmen?
Post something about meeting up with other moms for a play date. Things of that nature.
Something that, hey, my name's Carmen. I have 6 kids. I'm getting into the business, getting things going, trying to find other moms that are within a 30-minute drive of Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
Who's out here doing deals actively right now? Or who's doing deals right now?
Okay.
What market is this? Dayton, Ohio?
Dayton.
Love it. Okay. We should ask Kelly Hanno who she would connect her with in terms of sub 2 students in Dayton. Allison Ware. This is really good insight, and I appreciate this from Allison. She says she's not this is in regards to me saying that Carmen doesn't get excited about all this cool stuff. Because like, look at this. Mark Belgrave says, yo, this call is so lit. But Carmen doesn't seem too excited about it. So this is what Allison Ware says. Allison says she's not used to being the most important person in the room because she's always giving attention to her kids. I used to do daycare having 9 kids at a time. Totally get that. And I appreciate that insight, Allison. Totally, totally wise. And I appreciate you typing that out. So Carmen, is that kind of what's going on? You feel like you're like way too much pressure. You're nervous. You're in front of 300 plus people on Sunday service and you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, sort of. I get excited easily.
Okay, cool. So, so we've got our homework. We know exactly what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to give you your last piece of homework. I want you to write this down.
Okay.
This is something that's very interesting. If we ever give you advice or we give you homework, what you have to do is you have to do what is called return and report. Okay. Return to us and report what happened over the next 30 days. I need a report from you. I need you to tell me. I need you to return and a report. Okay. So can you return and report in 30 days?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. So you've got your homework. You know exactly what to do. And then your final homework is return and report.
Okay.
Any questions before by the way, this is perfect timing because what we tried to do is we tried to make sure that Sunday service stayed around 45 minutes to an hour. So this is perfect timing. Is there any questions you have from us before we let you go?
No, we covered it all.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. By the way, you've made Mark Belgrave one of the most excited people on planet Earth tonight. He says, you win the internet this evening, good sir. And he's talking about this call. He is so happy. So happy that you were on here. I think a lot of people probably got value, right? Paul Long says, this is like a Zoom call with mentors, but it's free. Yes, it is. Really the purpose of Sunday service to share our experiences with you guys and encourage you guys to do deals with each other. Primarily, I really want you guys to be encouraged to do deals with my sub 2 students. They have more resources. They have more training. They have leads. Cody and I just sent out $325,000 worth of leads to every sub 2 student last week. So if you are lacking in leads, then go reach out to one of the sub 2 students. They can help you. They have access to lead lists, and we save them money by just literally a lot of the lists that Cody and I pull in our business. We give them back to the students. We spend money on them and we give them to the students so they can squat up and help each other out. So we want to encourage you guys to work with each other. We want to see people doing deals with each other. Okay. And by the way, this is really encouraging. I think you should know this about yourself, Carmen. You seem like a great negotiator. You do have a steady poker face.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Cody, do you want to take us home?
Yes, sir. All right. So happy Sunday again, everybody. We're super excited tonight to be able to do this. I hope this was able to help some of you that, are having some, trouble kind of figuring out like how to make some adjustments in your schedule, especially for those of you that are a lot newer in the business and just trying to figure out how the heck do I integrate this real estate thing into my life. And so for those of you that don't know, like I mentioned at the beginning of this call, if you aren't doing this already when you're driving to work, you're driving to school, your homework is to listen on Spotify and iTunes to Sunday service so that you can continue to grow, learn, listen as you're driving, turn your car into a mobile classroom. So we'll see you guys next Sunday, as always, 7 p.m. Arizona time. Appreciate it. Pace, any final thoughts?
Next Sunday. See you guys next Sunday, 7 p.m. Later.